there, I am Zvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop, and there will be a ton of videos dropping this week. And I want to give big thanks to Gary Bugler from the Nerdrotic channel, who inspired me to make this channel, because he puts out this fantastic content. Go and check him out. He introduced me to the Fandom Menace through his videos, which are stacked full of tons of great YouTubers, like that Star Wars girl, Doomcock, Midnight's Edge. There's tons of them. Go check them out. So, I have a bonkers theory about what Kevin Feige is doing with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, and the introduction of Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. Now, wherever you are on Brie Larson and Captain Marvel, like if you love her or hate her, personally, I can't stand Brie Larson. I've grown to hate her intently from watching her being interviewed and on her press junkets. I just find her a horribly entitled, thin-skinned, and frankly, offensively sexist and racist star. So it was very hard for me to judge Captain Marvel the movie. It was very hard for me to see beyond her. Whenever she was on the screen, she just didn't have the acting chops to make me forget she was Brie Larson. So, yeah, that's just, I find her personality to be incredibly toxic. I know there are a lot of people out who liked her. The Captain Marvel made a lot of money. I'm just telling you about how I felt. So, of course, Captain Marvel did indeed make $1 billion, and but I just find it hard to believe it did it on its own merits. Again, I just find her star so incredibly toxic. The only reason I saw it was, like many people watching this video, I think, because it was the penultimate episode in this MCU, like, massive 22, 23 movie juggernaut. And it gave like an important part of the story. I didn't particularly enjoy it, and I really didn't want to see it, but I saw it just because it was there. Also, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying I have any knowledge of this, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised if the rumors that Disney bought up tons of seats for the opening weekend to give the movie momentum were indeed true. There were lots of stories of lots of empty seats that were pre-sold, and Disney would make about 60% of whatever money they spend, and it'll be money well spent because it gave the movie an incredible momentum, which carried it through for its second week, and it did very well. So the simplest answer for what Kevin Feige is doing is simply he's been drawn along with the rest of the wave of Hollywood in this post Me Too era. The Klingon prophet Kalis was famous for saying that one man cannot stand against a storm, and it's that's the simplest answer of what's going on. But as I said, I have a bonkers theory. I have a bonkers theory based on a few things. I'll lay them out for you. Firstly, consider Kevin Feige is clearly a incredibly talented and clever person who intimately understands both the Marvel source material, the comic book source material, and how the enthusiasm of the core audience does indeed shepherd the general public into these movies. And I think it's a really integral part of their incredible success. Their success is also based on them generally being good movies. You go to a Marvel movie, you can expect to get a solidly entertaining 2.5 hours in the cinema, right? So that's part one. Part two is he understands how incredibly important charismatic stars are to sell these movies, and all the stars thus far have been just insanely charismatic and people you would want to hang around with. Robert Downey Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, all of them. They're all very, very personal, and again, you would just gravitate towards them. If you're at a party, even if they weren't famous, obviously if you're famous, you're going to want to glue to them. But even if they weren't famous, these are interesting and very charismatic people. Finally, he's delivered what no one thought could be done, or even could conceive of being done, in delivering the MCU. 20 plus movies, all of them getting more and more successful all the time, and interlinked, and have a uniform look and feel. Yet each strand has its own unique personality. So, as I said, wherever you are on Brie Larson, love or hate her, there's no denying she's been a contentious figure. and she's alienated a large swathe of the audience with her, talk of, evil white dudes. And as an aside, she seems to be hated by her co-stars on the press junket. There's been tons of videos posted showing this. There's a great one by Geeks and Gamers. I'll put the link in the video notes, where Jeremy Renner is on a press interview with her, and he looks like he's struggling not to choke on his own vomit by sitting next to her. And I'm not exaggerating. You just go and check out the video. There's another one that's much better known, where seems to get in a real fight with Chris Hemsworth. I'll put another link into another video. I'll put a link to Mecha Random 42. She did a great video on that. In general, she does great Brie Larson ranting videos, and she's fantastic at it. Again, I'll put a link in. Go check it out. So my question is, just what is Kevin Feige thinking with putting Brie Larson so front and center, not in just the MCU, but in the MCU publicity? I don't think it's working out so well. What's he thinking when all the indications is the MCU is going to go along the route of Marvel Comics when they introduce the all new, all different Marvel Comics, which had a female Thor and a female Iron Man, and it generally wasn't received very well by the comic book reading community, and is unkindly known as SJW Marvel. SJW is not really a term I like to use, but that's what it's called. I didn't make it up. So, bonkers theory time. Go back about 6 months when James Gunn was fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I know he's recently been rehired, but I think this has torpedoed Feige's plans for the MCU post Phase 3. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was a vital bridging movie, but that will keep up the momentum of the MCU, which has pretty much been blown out the water now, because he was hired to do Suicide Squad, which made them reschedule Guardians 3, and it's pretty much in the air. I don't think there's any firm plans past Spider-Man Far From Home. So I think this was a real blow to the MCU and to Feige, and I think this happened. I know this happened at the behest of Disney. James Gunn's firing happened because I think Disney insisted upon it, and he insisted upon it because of on a political move, and progressive liberal politics at that. Disney's always been a very social justice orientated company. So if I was a very smart movie executive like Kevin Feige, who had my unique and never before seen world-beating franchise juggernaut torpedoed by social justice politics, I would be upset, quite understandably. But because I was very smart, I wouldn't want to sabotage myself either, particularly in Hollywood right now, where it's completely taboo to even suggest that you oppose social justice politics in any way. So, if all that was the case, as I believe it is, you know what I would say? I would say, fine. You know what, Disney? I'm going to give you exactly what you're asking me for. I'm going to give you SJW Marvel. I'm going to give you all new, all different Marvel, which is exactly what you want. I'm going to be a good company man and deliver what you're asking for. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch as your billion-dollar franchise devalues before your eyes. I think he may well have been throwing a Brie Larson-shaped hand grenade into the MCU as one of the greatest and most profound FUs in history. It's a crazy, bonkers theory, I know, but once you eliminate everything that's impossible, whatever you have left, no matter how improbable, that must be the truth. So, let me know what you think. Please comment. Oh, definitely like, share, subscribe, hit that little bell, and go and check out the other YouTubers that I mentioned. And if those other YouTubers want to give me a mention, that'll be wonderful. My name is Svi. I am the rabbi from another planet.